Good afternoon and welcome to God's Little Acre for the traditional Good Friday clash between the Saints, the reigning Super League champions, and Wigan, who are hot favourites to become champions for the 2000 season. Wigan unbeaten and lying second in the league. Saints a defeat here at home in the opener against the Bulls, and we certainly have a contest here this afternoon, a mouth-watering contest. My name's Ron Hoof. Matt Fielding is joining me with Micron Video, bringing you all the action from this afternoon's clash. Wigan out on the pitch, just waiting for the champions to emerge. The Wigan side, if I can go through them for you: Radlinski at full-back, Brett Dallas, Paul Johnson, Steve Renouf and Jason Robinson, the three-quarters, Tony Smith and Willie Peters, the half-back pairing, with Neil Cowie, Terry Newton, Terry O'Connor in the front row, Dennis Betts, Mick Cassidy and Andy Farrell, the back three, and on the bench, Gary Connolly, Lee Gilmore, Simon Horton and Tony Meshroff. So very strong at Wigan side. Saints obviously playing well and showing some excellent handling skills under the guidance of new coach Ian Millward. And under Ian Millward, we've been suffering a little bit in the injury department. In last week it was a very physical game against the Blue Sox. Tommy Martin injured, Paul Sculthorpe injured, Vila Matautia, Aitchison and Newlove out, but you've got to get on with it, haven't you? That's all we can say at the end of the day. Here come the Saints, the Super League champions, led out today by Captain Chris Joyce and two match day mascots, two lady mascots. Nicola Brown, 12 years of age, attends De La Salle School. Her hobbies are watching the Saints and losing her voice at matches. Well, I'll tell you something, Nicola, you'll be losing your voice today, won't you? Her favourite players are Tommy Martin, Sean Long and Chris Joynt. And Hayley Taylor, 8 years of age. She goes to Wistaston Junior School at Crewe. Her hobbies are watching Saints, playing on a computer, and her favourite players are Freddie, Sully and Sean Long. The Saints side for this afternoon's clash, this midday shootout at Nosey Road. Wellens at fullback, Chris Smith, Iro, Sean Hoppy, Anthony Sullivan, Tommy Martin and Sean Long, Julian O'Neill, Kieran Cunningham, Apollo Pedalini, John Stankovic, Freddie Tuilangi and Chris Joynt, the back three. On the bench, Nicol, Henare, Hall and Bennett. Saints to kick off, Wigan to receive. Matt, it's going to be one contest this, isn't it?
That's right, Ron. I'm looking forward to this game. Plenty of tasty battles on the pitch, particularly in the backs. Half-back showdowns between Willie Peters and Tony Smith, fresh back after his time off the Wigan side. And also on the wings, particularly between the two speed men of this game, Dallas and Sullivan. Wigan then in possession. Dennis Betts takes a drive up but tackle well. Wigan's coach Frank Endicott not with the Wigan side here today. He's off in the Anzac test between New Zealand and Australia. So second in command Dean Bell is looking after his side as St Helens catch quite an easy ball.
Yes, Paul Wellens well positioned, slipping in well to the full-back position. As I said, Tommy Martin got injured, but he's in the starting lineup. Paul Sculthorpe with that terrible tackle. Well, I thought it was terrible, everybody else thought it was terrible, but the judiciary didn't. And Julian O'Neill coming through, copping a high one there. The referee says it's all right. I'm sure O'Neill will argue with him against that. Tuilangi drives it up to the 20. The Pie Eaters forced to defend. Saints are going to spread it out. Sean Long drops the ball up to Stankovic. A big hit on Stankovic and the ball's loose.
Radlinski on the ball now. There's no way through Chris Joynt now, and Sean Hoppy playing in the centre this afternoon. Brett Dallas will come in at the acting half position and take a little break himself. The Wigan fans looking to Brett Dallas to make another couple of spectacular tries like he did against London. St Helens penalised there for not being back 10, and Jason Robinson's taken a quick short burst but tackle well. Newton from the dummy half position. A high shot there on Cassidy, I thought, by Martin, but more of a grab than anything else. Cowie driving up the middle of the pitch. And once again, Wigan have decided to leave Gary Connolly on the bench, favouring Paul Johnson for the second match running, as Dennis Betts made a break on that left hand side. We're going to look to switch the ball to this right. Ball's with Farrell now, a little dab through, but comes off the St Helens player. Watched it well to the ground, and St Helens easily dealing with that one.
Yes, Saints weather the storm, but you could see, obviously, we know what Wigan strike force from every part of the ground. Jason Robinson took it quickly, he was away quickly for that penalty award. Now Saints have the ball in their own 40. And obviously the game, a prime game on Sky, but you with Micron and anybody here and watching our video again will know we've got a prime position, in inverted commas, on top of the restaurant here at Nosey Road. And if it starts raining, me and Matt will be down below. We'll just have to give our apologies quickly and exit, stage left. But Sean Long just getting caught there, threw the ball out. Saints put it down the neck of Brett Dallas, and they've got to watch this fella.
That's right, there aren't many true speed men that can run the length of the pitch, but Dallas certainly is one, as is Anthony Sullivan on this St Helens side. As Robinson, he's got a man out wide with Renouf to stretch his legs, but slipped slightly, stopping his break on that left hand side. Robinson at the dummy half position. Ball spread wide, this time to O'Connor. Peters looking to dictate things in the middle of the pitch with this man, Andy Farrell, who's made a break. He's got the ball out to the side to Paul Johnson, and Johnson supports him well for the first try of the game. Johnson, who I said before was in favour with this Wigan side so far, as Stuart Cummings points to the try, just going to his linesman just to check everything's all right. So Gary Conley, I'm sure, will be pleased that his replacement Paul Johnson has scored that try. It was all made by Willie Peters, passing to Andy Farrell, who made the initial break, and there was Johnson on his shoulder.
Oh, the halfback Peters going through, and Andy Farrell very slack tackling, something that's got to be tightened up, and it's just obviously it's just not good enough at all. You can't expect to be top class sides, and Wigan are a top class side, and I'll wash my mouth out after, but it is true. There's no danger about that. Farrell strikes it, trusty left boot, and the Pie-Easters take a 6-0 lead after 5 minutes. Nothing more than they can expect. The sun just going in and the wind gathering up here, and whether we'll be up here for much longer, I don't know. But it's Wigan going to receive the ball. You can always rely on Andy Farrell, a big game player, but you've got to contain him, you've got to contain the half-back pairing, and we've got the capabilities, but we've got to put it into practice.
Tommy Martin with a high kick-off. Robinson underneath this one, takes it well onto Terry O'Connor there, takes a shot to the eyes, I'm sure. Cowie tackle by Cunningham. Cassidy ducking under the tackle there. But Wigan showing that they are dangerous from any position on the pitch. As Smith tries to get round to Ilangi, he does. The tackle well, the covering tackle there by Kevin Iro. But good meters made by Tony Smith and Wigan. Farrell onto Radlinski, he's trying to break through. This is Terry Newton looking for support, he's got it in Robinson. Robinson darted through the middle of the pitch. Fantastic vision there by Wigan, it's the 5th tackle. I'm sure they'll go to the kick over the top, but they seem to be playing it. Lost a little bit of idea there, the ball's gone loose, referee says it's the turnover, and wasted play I feel by Wigan there.
Well, he's penalised Wigan, has he, for offside, but whether it should have been the turnover, he allowed play to go on, Matt. We've seen him even on the 6th tackle allow stop play and make the turnover happen. He didn't that time, and Wigan were penalised for offside. Saints scrambled well there, they certainly did, and we've got a break on the Saints right. Cunningham, well, dear me, that looked a bit late. And the referee having a word on the run. Highly charged, highly emotional game. Sean Long's going to have a go for goal. Obviously neither side can afford to give penalties within kicking distance. But Saints coming back, obviously aided with an offside decision there. They made a few yards further forward, and then Wigan coming in and being penalised. I think it was penalised for the flop, Matt, and a chance for Sean Long. Very evenly matched game. As you said, Gary Connolly, a class player. It's been carrying a knock, an injury. Whether he's actually back to full, well, he must be back to full fitness, but obviously not in the starting lineup. Sean Long now, 33 to his credit for this season. Trusty left boot, a pie eater to boot, and he loves it here at Nosey Road. He said it's going to be a very charged game. Oh, look at that. Excellent goal from Sean Long. Puts it between the uprights. It's on the board. 8 minutes gone, and it's Saints 2, Wigan 6. So Wigan to kick off, Saints to receive. Nice sunny day here. 8 minutes gone on the clock, as I say. Always a good game between these two traditional rivals. You don't need any motivation to get you going in this game. It makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up just thinking about it. Good gang tackling there as Wigan come in numbers. Saints take it on the short side again. Cunningham bursting down the blind side. He gets out of the tackle. It wasn't completed. The referee waves it on. It's Cunningham again. Support from Tuilangi. Tuilangi out of the tackle. Inside ball there. Saints keeping it alive. The beast up to the 20. Wigan forced to defend. Chris Joint knocks it forward. It goes off the knee and goes back, but it was knocked forward by Chris Joint. Knew what he wanted to do with it, knew he had to take it quickly, transfer the ball outside, but unfortunately just made the error.
Spotted back play that Steve Renouf took a knock in one of the tackles towards the start of that set of 6 by Wigan. But what a replacement they've got in Gary Connolly as Paul Johnson's making a break up that right hand side. Good tackle by Hoppy and Sullivan. Johnson did well to stay in the field of play there, but exciting stuff from the Saints side. Newton at dummy half. Onto O'Connor. The tackle well. Good ball and all tackle there on O'Connor. Farrell on the short side. Looking to get through Chris Joint, but there's no way the captain's going to let him through. This is Cowie. Bulldozing his way into the Saints defence. A high bomb put up by Tony Smith there, who's going to be first underneath it. Saints ball to Ilangi. Kept his eyes on the ball, into his hands.
Yeah, Saints come away with it. They take it on the second by the Cherry. Long gets it away. The ball touched a Wigan player, I feel. The referee says it hasn't. He said it was knocked forward. But Saints breaking quickly, trying to move quickly, trying to catch Wigan on the hop. And here comes the rain, and I don't know whether we'll be up here much longer. Get the hat out. Head and feed at this scrum to Wigan.
So Wigan really will have to watch Saints when they're in defence. Saints looking sharp early on in the game. Dennis Betts, no support for Betts. Radlinski's calling for it out wide on this right hand side. The ball's taken up the middle. Newton a dummy half. Goes to his left hand side. Smith to Farrell. Farrell looking to break the tackle, but no way through. Willie Peters wanted Cassidy to come back on the inside, but Cassidy wasn't sharp enough. Newton looking to go himself. Hit a man on the overlap. The ball still in the hands of Wigan. This is Dennis Betts. Can he get to the corner himself? He plays the ball back on the inside, but I think it's gone out to touch. Or the turnover to this Saints side, and Saints will come up with possession.
Yeah, Saints scrambled very well though, Matt. They did well at all. The tackling there just nearly dropped off Betts, but he threw it away to his wing, his left wing, and it was the turnover. It went out on the sixth tackle. All the Wigan spectators at the back there as Perolini powers his way forward, cheering their side on. But what a game! And Wigan penalised for holding down to the tackle. The Terminator coming through Tommy Martin takes it quickly. Oh, what a kick by Martin. Puts it down to the Wigan 20. A great chance for the Saints now. They've got to make sure it's precision passing. And Chris Joint, 15 metres short, trailing by 4 the Saints. Sean Long looking for the gap, drops it off to Stankovic. Stankovic 2 metres short. Wigan scrambling. Hoppy, Martin, looking for the gap. Martin support inside. Oh, it's all on. Julian O'Neill touches down for the try under the sticks. And the referee points to the spot. Andy Farrell spitting chips. Cowie's arguing as well. What a try, what a reply by the Saints after a mistake by Wigan, and Farrell's going to get spoken to, and players have been sent off for less than that. Martin offering the ball, turns it back inside, trying to put Speculator out. It touched a Wigan player, it came back to Julian O'Neill, and Julian O'Neill dove under the sticks. Farrell wasn't happy with it, Cowie wasn't happy with it. You can ask, obviously Farrell's the captain, and he can argue the toss, but the referee played advantage. Martin put the ball back, it wasn't a forward pass, it wasn't a knock on, Wigan couldn't hold it. It was knocked forward, Saints came up with the possession and went over for the try. It'll do for me, I don't know about you, Matt.
Sean Long putting the kick over there. Good kick by ex-Wiganer Sean Long. Putting the Saints up 8 points to 6. I can't really see, to be honest, what the Wigan team were complaining about there as they scored that try. From this position up here, it seemed that the ball had gone back, come off a Wigan player, and the Saints have just picked it up and start to put it over the line. A good break by Tommy Martin, I thought.
Yes, he did well. The Saints did well there after a good kick by Tommy Martin, obviously putting the Saints into that position. 8 points to 6, the Saints lead. Well, it could be a seesaw game. There could be only a couple of points in it at the end. And a deep kick. Oh, right out on the full. The touch judge right up there. And with the aid of the breeze, Wigan putting too much beef into it. Obviously it looked as though it was going into the top left-hand corner as we are viewing, but it went straight up the middle. And a penalty award to the Saints on the halfway line, and Tommy Martin puts the ball downfield to the Wigan 20 in an ideal position again to tackle the pie eaters and put more points on the board. And this is what we like, Saints taking it on the blind side. Stankovic. Wigan have got to regain the composure. Here's the try scorer, O'Neill, playing out of his skin, driving it again. 3-man tackle, no more than you can expect. Within 5 metres now, the Saints have another try. They move it out quickly, the Terminator, Perellini, looking to put it out to the back door, but couldn't squeeze it out. Tremendous defence by Wigan. Once again, it's Sean Long. Joint uses it as the foil of the try there. Into the corner. The referee points to it straight away. Two tries in 3 minutes to the Super League champions. No more than they deserve. Perellini took it up centre, looking as though he was trying to squeeze it out. He couldn't squeeze it out. Then it was transferred over, and Sean Long put in a Speculator, and then the ball, I think it was Wellens that actually flicked it between the legs and to Iro. Yes, I think it was Wellens.
Falling off the tackles, and I'm sure Dean Bell, who's the voice of Frank Endicott today, whilst Frank's over with his test side in New Zealand, I'm sure that they'll be looking forward to half time so he can give his players a good speaking to. Make sure they improve the defence. As Sean Long, the kick looks good. It's between the sticks. Fantastic kick there by Sean Long, and Wigan will hopefully not make any mistakes from this kick-off either, so we once again St Helens ball.
Yes, as you said, Dean Bell in charge, and it's not going to be, if it carries on like this, it's not going to be a good weekend for Frank Endicott, is it? If the Kiwis obviously not doing very well in the test match, and his side here at home, the Wigan Warriors. Losing by 14 points to 6 after leading 6 points to 0. But obviously the referee Stuart Cummins had no hesitation. He pointed to the spot straight away. Lovely bit of handling and obviously good work backing up by Wellens coming into the line. Joint driving it up to the halfway line. Solid tackling again from the Wigan Warriors. Sean Long puts it downfield. Jason Robinson has to turn and pick it up. Always dangerous, Robinson.
A good kick and chase by Saints, not giving Robinson any room to work. Radlinski from the acting half position takes up the tackle well. I think Wigan also got to step up on the attack as well as the defence. Cassidy's taken round the collar by a Perolini. This is good defence by St Helens, pinning Wigan in their own half. Onto Farrell, but good sliding defence there by the Saints side. Wigan just over halfway, and on the 5th tackle, Farrell looking to kick, nearly charged down by Joint. It's a high one. Is Wellens going to be first under this one? He is, and takes it well under pressure from the Wigan defence.
Yes, obviously Wigan put under a bit of pressure there. The kick in the end, coming down with snow on it, and Wellens taking it well. He received it under pressure as well. Saints have got to get into obviously Peters, Smith and Farrell, and as soon as Farrell gets that ball, get into him 2 and 3 and bounce him down. He's the certainly one of the linchpins in the Wigan side. And a big hit there on Saints, nothing more than you can expect. I mean, we're not pouncing about with the round ball game, are we? But O'Neill getting up very shakily, so Big Jules doesn't shirk anything. As Tuilangi slips it along. Great tackle, was it Cowie there that came back and got him? High ball, Saints chasing it. Oh, well taken by Dallas, took it well with Radlinski giving him a little bit of help. Peters attacked in half, but Wigan in possession.
Fantastic play there by Chris Radlinski. Got himself between the ball, the St Helens players and Brett Dallas, giving Brett Dallas a couple more vital seconds to catch the ball, but once again good defence this time by Tuilangi on Robinson. Bit of a mismatch. The Saints defence really has been spiced up for this game. Peters at the acting half position takes a kick early in the tackle count, pinning Anthony Sullivan back. He's gone for the 40-20. This could be a fantastic kick by Willie Peters. Just waiting for the referee's decision there. He says scrum to the attack. A great kick there by Willie Peters.
Yeah, super kick. Matt obviously saw that Saints were pressing up. The defence doing the job, as you say, and a beautiful kick. It went upfield and curled in. Sullivan couldn't take it. Great attacking position for the Warriors.
It's right, the 40-20, a kick that I'm surprised we don't see more of in the game. It's a good offensive tool, but this time Willie Peters connected with it early on in the tackle count and gives Wigan the chance for a try. This is Tony Smith, looks to go himself. The tackle well on that line. Ball sped to this right hand side, not the best pass, but gathered in well there, I think, by Newton. But Wigan losing ground, back on the 10-metre line. Cowie dummies and goes himself, manages to get the ball away, but who's come up with this one? Not the best offload I've seen. Not too sure what I think the referee's given a penalty, has he? Was the ball reefed out? The ball had definitely gone to ground from the offload from Cowie. And I think Perolini just ripped the ball from Newton's grasp, 2 men in the tackle, so a penalty to Wigan, and Farrell will try and slot these 2 points over. This is all set up though, as I said, from Willie Peters' kick. And maybe this will give Wigan a bit of incentive, a bit of forward motion, see if they can get back into the lead before half-time. As the Saints make a substitution. You think it's Steve Hall's come on? For possibly Tommy Martin, so as the 2 points go from the boot of Andy Farrell, I think if it is Tommy Martin that's gone off, it must be an injury because he's playing extremely well so far in this game.
Yes, I think it is Tommy Martin that's gone off and Steve Hall come on. So we'll probably see Wellens up to the half-back position, Hoppy dropping back to full-back, and Hall out on the flanks. So whether it's he did take a knock against Halifax, as I say. Oh no, it is Tommy Martin that's is still on the field. I mean, it's 3 days camel ride away from the action here for us there on the bench, and we're just not quite sure who's Steve Hall has actually come on anyway, as Wigan are in possession and Cassidy driving it up.
Newton at dummy half, a good break there by Cassidy. Not the biggest man on the field, but as we discussed earlier, he certainly plays well over his weight. This is Terry Newton on a little run on his own. He's got Robinson coming back on the inside. Robinson looking for a bit of room. He managed to spin out of the tackle. Saints going far too high on him that time. This is a 5th tackle for Wigan. The referee's pulled the game up, I think. Robinson off on his way to the blood bin. Blood streaming from his nose. The referee's making sure he goes off just to clear himself up. And the Wigan medical team trying to stem the blood flow, but he's back on the field again. This the 5th tackle, little dab through by Tony Smith, but Saints watched the ball well, and a quick play of the ball. Could be a penalty to the Saints side. Yet another silly play by this Wigan outfit.
Yeah, a dab through by Wigan, and obviously Saints coming up with it, and then Wigan infringing. Yeah, blood bin substitution that, as Saints don't find touch. Radlinski comes in, it's Hoppy that was offers a blood bin, but Radlinski driving through right into Stankovic.
Well, a real surprise to see a kicker of Tommy Martin's quality not finding touch on that one after the last 2 penalty kicks he's put out to the sideline have nearly cleared the stadium itself. I think maybe going for distance other than safety. Willie Peters out wide to Dennis Betts, catches it round his chin, but good sliding defence by the Saints side once again. Connolly on for Renouf. An early blow for this Wigan side, having to make a substitution early on when Renouf went off with a bit of a bang as the high kick's put up. Is Radlinski going to be under this one? An excellent take there, and I think Radlinski's taken a knock in the tackle. Wigan could do without another injury. Referee's just going to the video screen. A good take there by, I think, Paul Wellens, but just checking to see whether Radlinski tackled him in mid-air, I think.
Yes, obviously vying for the ball and putting plenty of pressure on Wellens, as you can expect them to. I mean, they still put plenty of pressure. Paul Aitchison was at full-back, the former Wigan favourite there. Well, that's the idea, Wigan playing with the wind, and obviously trying the full repertoire. But Saints have the possession. They're just outside or on their own 20-metre line. The Wigan defence seems to have weathered that storm, that little bit of a blitz where Saints scored 2, but Saints playing it quickly. Chris Joint steps back on the inside. It's the last tackle of the sequence now. Martin, this time, he finds touch. Whether he was in the 40 when he kicked it there, Matt, I don't know. He may be looking for the 40-20. It didn't come off, it curled in. It'll be head and feet to Wigan. 27 minutes of the game gone and 14 points to 8 the score in favour of the Saints.
I think Martin sliced that kick. I think he intended it to come to this bottom corner. Maybe going for the 40-20, but proving that he is human. So Wigan head and feed, Peters to feed. Johnson first receiver from the scrum, but nowhere for him to go. Good tackle by Wellens and Martin. Wigan looking to make a quick play of the ball. It's down to Connolly. Not seen much of Gary Connolly this season so far. And Mestroff, fresh legs on for Wigan, but after tackles like that, he'll be wishing he was still on the bench. Farrell looking to go through Sean Long. Bit of a mismatch there, but Sean Long equal to the challenge. Peters to Cowie. Cowie looks to straighten up. Tackle by Stankovic. Quick play the ball on the 5th tackle. Peters will lead up through. He kicks back on the reverse side. But once again, well taken by this Saints side. This time by Perolini.
Yeah, what a super take by the big Western Samoan, showing his agility as Peters moving over to the left and actually swung it back into the right. Saints take it quickly, put it down the blind side again. Varying the play, moving it about. You've got to try and move it about as the Beast comes down the wing. Good Wigan tackling, the Beast still driving up to the halfway line. Once again, Saints play quickly, Sean Long into space. Looking for support, it's there. Cunningham. Just had his ankles tapped by Cassidy and the ball's lost in the tackle.
Well, too many men for Wigan there, piling in on the Beast as he was running down that right-hand side. That caused the problem when Sean Long got the ball, but the pressure's been alleviated by St Helens, not back there 10 yards, and Farrell will want to find touch off this kick, and does. Well, I said earlier this could be an interesting battle, particularly on the wings, but we're not seeing much wing play so far. I don't think Dallas has, other than the early run he had, hasn't had any touch of the ball. It's a good pass on to Johnson, but I think he knocked the ball forward.
Once again, Sean Long moving it over. Equally tackled quickly. Obviously, Wigan have done their own work. As Iro tries to break out of the tackle. Wigan know who the danger men are in the Saints side, and Saints go without the ball. The referee said it was knocked down, out of the hand in the tackle, and he's waved the tackle count clean. And you'll do for me, Mr. Cummins. Once again, Saints bring it up with Perolini, up the middle. Tuilangi at dummy half. Extra shove on Perolini there as Tuilangi breaks out of the tackle. Draws the defence over. Looking to slip the ball out. He does to Stankovic. Once again, Stankovic unloads to Long. The runners is with Sonny Nicol. Nicol brushes 2 off, then 3. The big man drives up again. Within 15 metres, the Saints leading by 14 points to 8. And Cunningham, Wellens, looking for the runners. He sees the gap. Slips it back to Iro. Iro took it well, fingertip control. The tackle completed. Saints bring it on the short side. It's Cunningham. Cunningham backing out to the backing out to the tackle. A metre short. Long, yes, it's there. Tommy Martin touches down for the Saints. What a try! Saints put on the power play, and on the 6th tackle, come up with the goods, don't they? Super try by the Saints, and that's going to make it 20 to the Saints and 8 to the Pie Eaters when Sean Long pops this one over. Just a matter of time, I think, Matt, there. The Saints there forcing the issue on the 6th tackle, putting the power play on, and the Wigan defence was drawn in.
I think they're looking at the video ref, to be honest.
Yeah, I've given the try and awarded it myself, but we're waiting for obviously an incident. Perolini there with the ball, and obviously there's something going on. Sean Long's teed up ready. Wigan don't agree with it. They're going back in the field of play. They're looking to restart. We're waiting for a decision. There's Tommy Martin in view there, so the referee, the video ref, has made his decision. And it's a try. That'll do for me. Saints crowd erupt There's Sean Long leading the choir. The Pie Eaters trying to work the head there. Just a little bit of professionalism, but it's going to be 20 points to 8 now. In all my excitement, I was going ballistic, Matt. I didn't even know it had gone to the video ref. But there we go, 18-8 at present. And Sean Long from right in front of the sticks. Just about my distance, this. Strikes it well, over the crossbar, and 20 points to 8. I mean, we didn't pick anything up in back play. Obviously, Saints came through there, but the referee did. And obviously, as they say, the technology's there, use it, and he did. Four goals from Long, 3 tries from the Saints. 20 points to 8. Saints lead, and obviously there was maybe not in the Saints camp, but when you have players like Newlove out injured and Sculthorpe, but the Saints have been playing well. They've been doing the business, putting it together. And Sonny Nicol back after a 2-match suspension from a similar incident that supposedly following through in a tackle that took McNamara out, just the same as Gannon took Sculthorpe out, but it didn't go in our favour that time. That's going to be a knock-on, and head and feet to Wigan if they don't come up with a possession, because it bounced off a Saints player into a Wigan player, bounced forward, and then Saints came back up with a possession. Well, it's a seesaw game with 36 minutes gone on the clock, or 36 minutes on my watch, plus time for the video ref. 20 points to 8 the score, head and feet to Wigan.
This is normally the period that Wigan are at the most dangerous, 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after half-time, but for the current performance so far in this game, I can't see them scoring before half-time. And just to prove my point, Cassidy's dropped the ball, and Saints are off with it again in great attacking position.
Yes, this is just how Saints have been playing since Ian Millward came on the scene, and there's a late tackle by Farrell, or a Mestrop, is it? Well, a late challenge anyway, but it didn't matter. Saints have the possession. Hoppy back on. Martin speculating to Long. Misses out to Ilang. He gives it to Helens. Gives it to the Beast. And the Beast will score. Yes! Iro touches it down for his second. The referee's going to the screen again. But there's nothing wrong with that, surely. Has the referee given it? Has he gone to the screen again, Matt? Nothing wrong with that. All one movement. The tackle wasn't completed. Well, there's not going to be many pie eaters in this Nosey Road arena after half-time. They'll all be drifting away doing the Wigan walk. And the referee, well, the video ref, he's certainly having a good look at that again. Well, that's good, solid tackling for me. Pedalini comes up with it. Here's the decision. Iro in the screen. Obviously not a newer screen. No try. No try. A penalty to the Pie Eaters. Matt's elated. I'm dejected.
Well, obviously there was 2 or 3 men in the tackle there when Cassidy had lost it, and supposedly the Saints had reefed the ball out, so the decision this time going Wigan's way. So it'll be Wigan, good attacking position, 20 metres from the Saints line, looking to get over before half-time. I'm sure if they do, then we've got the game on. Radlinski at the ice-in-half position, going on that blind side, but there's plenty of St Helens defenders. We're spreading the ball to this right side again, this time Cassidy. But good defence, 10 metres away from the Saints line. Peters picks up, back on the inside. This is Jason Robinson. Good quick hands by Wigan, out to his side, but Radlinski, he's had to speculatively throw the ball down. Not sure what the referee's going to go with. He says play on. Back to 0 tackle again. So lucky for Wigan that time. I thought Radlinski was going to go out in the touch, but he managed to keep the ball alive. Then Sonny Nicol knocked on. So this game is still alive. Smith at dummy half. Back inside to Mestrov. The more direct route right up the middle. Newton at dummy half. Spreads it right. The gap's open for Wigan. The ball's been put down over the line. Is it a try to Peters? The referee's given a knock on there. So the rub of the green going St Helens' way once again.
What do you mean once again? Super defence by the Saints. Wigan were testing, obviously, Saints every available opportunity there. Moving it right, moving it left, trying to get through. Saints scrambling defence, held up. It's 41 minutes gone on my watch. We have had time for the video ref, but 20 points to 8 to score. Can't we have full time now, Matt? But Saints have the possession. Can they actually get more points on the board before the interval? Wellens. Good forward run up to the 20. Once again, Saints persist on the blind side. Connolly in with the tackle. Saints run away. Cunningham up the middle. Flicks the ball back inside. Last one of the sequence. Good positional kick now from Martin Long. It's Long. Puts it downfield. Dallas, oh, a cruel bounce there, Matt. Obviously it's going to be Wigan head and feed. We're on their own 10-metre line in the dying seconds of the first half. A cruel bounce by Dallas. As you say, speed merchant, and anything could have happened with him, couldn't it?
That's right, speed merchant, as you say, but not the biggest man on the field, and the ball just taking a cruel bounce and bobbling into touch. Peters, probably the only man on the pitch that's smaller than Dallas. And Johnson, there's no way through Tuolangi or Hoppy. So we're going to have to attack from deep again. Connolly, but a huge tackle there by Tuolangi. Nowhere for Connolly to move. Robinson wants a piece of the action himself. We couldn't choose two worse defenders to run into there. Cunningham and Tuolangi, two of the hardest hitters in the league. And Wigan have made about 10 metres forward in this set of 6. Farrell, huge pump downfield. Fullback Wellens have moved right forward. Let's see how good the chase is by Wigan. Farrell, the first man up to defend, and takes him well.
Yeah, Wellens took it well, but as you said down here, a big hit on Connolly by Tuolangi, and that's a trademark of Connolly's play. That he's certainly a big hitter. 20 points to 8 to score, 4.5 minutes played, 3.5 minutes played extra on my watch. As I say, stoppages for the video ref. And Martin putting down, looking for the 40-20. Is it going to in on the full? Oh, it's out. Out on the full. Tommy Martin looking to put pressure on Wigan before the interval. And in effect, it's out on the full. It's going to be scrum down, isn't it? Head and feed. Head and feed to Wigan.
Make it 20 seconds left in this first half. Peters will want to get the feed in quickly. On the blind side to Johnson. Johnson dummies. There's no way through. This could probably be the last tackle of the game, of the first half, sorry. Farrell, will he dab over? He's gone for the long pass out to Robinson. Good pick up round by his knees, but absolutely nowhere to go. And there goes the hoots of the half-time. Well, a very poor performance by Wigan in this first half. I'm sure that Dean Bell will let them know about that, particularly in the defensive stakes. And St Helens just pressuring forward and forward, and I think probably in this first half the right scoreline, I think.
Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's the right scoreline, dead right. Obviously, Wigan only being allowed to play as well as the Saints will let them. They got off to the best start with a try from Johnson, goal by Farrell. They led 6-0. Then it was all Saints. Tries from O'Neill in the 13th minute, Iro in the 16th minute, Martin in the 33rd, one disallowed in the 37th, courtesy of the video ref. Half-time here at Nosey Road. It's Saints 20, Wigan 8. Just before I go, if I can give a mention, a 25th wedding anniversary mention to Alison and Eric Penketh, who will be here today, I think. Best wishes from all the family and friends, myself, Matt, all at Micron. You know you're both staunch Saints fans, so obviously this is nearly as good as sex, isn't it? Watching Wigan get the bottom smacked. Happy 25th wedding anniversary, Alison and Eric Penketh. $20 points to 8, the half-time score. We've endured a heavy rainstorm at half-time, but we're still here on the restaurant roof. The things we do for love. And I think if the boot had been on the other foot and Saints had been getting beat 20 points to 8, I'd have gone down the ladder. But we're here, ready for action. Saints to receive, playing with the wind on the backs in this second half. Referee Cummins waves play on. Wigan keep it low. It's essential that Wigan score first. But I think if the Saints score first, well, that Eddington stand where all the Wigan spectators are gathered, or the majority are gathered, will empty rather quickly. Cunningham breaks on the blind side. Cunningham cuts back inside. Super run from the international hooker. Sean Long along the line now. Tommy Martin looking for the drop-off ball. Wigan tackled Tommy Martin. The ball went back. I don't think it actually touched a Wigan player. The referee says it hasn't anyway. Stankovic. Good tackling by Wigan in this first set of 6. Sean Long, dummies back, gets boot to ball, puts it high. Radlinski underneath it, no problem.
Good take there by Radlinski in difficult conditions. Wigan, I'm sure, hoping to improve their defensive technique, particularly in this second half. But straight away from the kickoff, Cunningham's run down that right-hand side illustrated that nothing much has been done so far. Maybe these wetter conditions will suit this Wigan side. I'm hoping they will. Farrell on that blind side. But once again tackled well. No invention. 5th tackle to this Wigan outfit. Kicked by Peters. Sending Wellens down, but it's straight down his throat. Horton's up to tackle. But Wellens has stepped inside. And again, very poor defence by Wigan. But Iro's lost it. Radlinski's come up with it. I'm sure they'd have been away there. Pitiful defence by Wigan, particularly on this right-hand side. Farrell once again. Unfortunately, this wind's changed direction again. It's heading straight at us. Good drive by O'Connor. It's what Wigan need. We need to break some of these tackles. The support on the shoulders, a huge tackle there on Tony Smith. And then Horton took his eyes off the ball. And great defence by St Helens again.
Yeah, Tuilangi was the man, and what a big hit. Right on Tony Smith as he came through. Wigan was in a good attacking position. And he certainly felt that, didn't he? And that averted the pressure. Now it's the beast. Only seconds ago, if he could have got Chris Smith away. Chris Joint, Saints captain, over the halfway line into Wigan territory. Stankovic unloads it to Martin. Martin with the dummy, slips it to Perolini. Perolini still driving, puts it back to Nickel. Nickel shrugs the tackle off, and Nickel goes for the line, builds it up. Over the 20, the Pie Eaters' defence is going to be tested. Tuilangi drives it up there. 20 points to 8 in favour of the Saints. Long chips it for the corner. Oh, well taken there by Dallas. Oh, and if he'd have got in the clear there, Matt, it would have been curtains.
Well, I thought that was it then. I thought it was away, but a good cover tackle by this Saints defence. But once again, what I was saying earlier, this Wigan defence slipping off the tackles, and Saints will punish you all day. Robinson trying to inject a bit of pace, a bit of life into the Wigan attack. Wigan have made good ground on this set so far. This is O'Connor runs straight into joint. This is on the 5th. We need a good attacking kick here by Peters or Farrell. Or Smith indeed. But once again, no way through, and the kick was too hard. No real chases to that kick. The kick was a bit too firm. Sailed over the dead ball line, and Saints will take a 20-metre tap.
Yes, it was a nice kick, obviously, but as Matt said, there was just a bit too much on it. Wellens just let it run dead. But Smith trying to put pressure on the Saints, as they've got to do. Sean Long, scragged to the ground. Long gets up quickly, plays it. Now it's Cunningham. Wellens takes it well. Runs down the right flank. Joint comes back on the short side. Saints still in possession. Cunningham again. Iro on the inside. The beast sees the gap. Well covered up, solid tackling. Was it Radlinski that came in for it? Saints chip it through, it's into Wigan hands, but they're in their own 20-metre area.
I tell you what, Cunningham is really tearing this Wigan defence apart at the moment, running the different angles, using that blind side well, and they've really got to, if they want any chance of getting back into this game, first stop him on the attack. Once again, Wigan up the centre of the pitch. I noticed one difference between these two sides is that Saints are getting really quick play of the balls away, whereas Wigan seem to be much slower at the play of the ball. This is Dennis Betts, throws the dummy. This is better by Wigan. Putting a half Nelson there by Perelini, who's lying all over him. This the 5th tackle. Peters passes it back to Smith. The high bomb by Smith. We need some chasers, but no one's there whatsoever. And a really easy take for Wellens, and then just steps inside Tony Smith.
I would have thought it was a side-head chantry actually, as opposed to a half Nelson, but Saints trying to play it quickly, and as you say, it's usually Wigan that have the quick play the balls. Chris Smith, past 2, comes up centre field. Sullivan, probably the first touch he's had, Anthony Sullivan. And as you were saying before about Robinson and Dallas, and obviously we've got Smith and Sullivan, the speedsters on the wing, but they've not had a lot to do, have they? Kick upfield by Sean Long. Radlinski takes it. Robinson curls round him. Radlinski takes on the runners and the tacklers.
Safe hands there by Radlinski. And this on to Robinson. He won't have given up the fight yet, as I hope will none of the rest of the Wigan side. The St Helens fans making a lot of noise, drowning out the Wigan fans who've made the journey 2 Nose the road today. Not the best weather for them, unfortunately, as it's really seething down now, the rain is. Kick by Peters, and we got a better chase this time by Wigan. Brett Dallas is following this one, but Wellens once again and spins in the tackle. Slightly better by Wigan that time.
Yeah, he's sound as a pound under the high ball, isn't he? And he's been tested to the full, hasn't he? At every available opportunity. Sean Hoppy coming away with it. There's a hailstone coming down here. It's peppering my luggles anyway, I'll tell you. It's a nasty, well, it's typical Easter weather, Matt, isn't it? You know, as you can see. Nickel still driving it forward. The pie eaters can't get him down. Cunningham, Long, a speculator to Iro, puts it inside to Tuilangi, steps out of the tackle, does Tuilangi, and he's still going. He creates space, he gives it to Wellens. Last one of the sequence, Saints in possession. Will the Saints put it high? Cunningham sees the gap, he's running it on the 6th tackle. Sean Long gets boot to ball. It's too deep. He just got took off guard. Good play by Wigan, but obviously Saints running it again on the sixth tackle, and Wigan nearly paid the penalty.
So what surprises me is the amount of water carriers that are on the field at the moment. It's not as if we need it with the weather like this. As Wigan take up the drive once more. A little knock on there by Terry Newton, just the icing on the cake for Wigan, I think. In this weather, you've got to be so careful when you're picking the ball up and when passing and catching. You can take one little lapse of concentration and you'll get a silly mistake like that, and giving Saints good possession with the kind of running they've got at the moment. Wigan could be in trouble once more.
And I hope you're right, Matt. And here we go, get the ball from the scrum, which is not unexpected. Tommy Martin organising his troops. Chris Joyce running out to the right. The ball taken back, and Sean Long puts it down for the corner with Anthony Sullivan chasing it. That's only on the second tackle. The idea was right. Obviously, the execution just didn't go maybe as planned, but the Saints have Wigan down, pegged in their own 10-metre area. It's head and feed to Wigan.
That's right, and Wigan really do need to score soon if they're going to get any comeback whatsoever. Ten minutes so far gone in this second half. Newton, but the referees pull them up once again. Another silly mistake there by Wigan. I think an incorrect play of the ball. That's what the referee's signalling. I don't think the player on the floor had actually regained his feet before playing it. Simon Horton. It's basic stuff, I think, for Wigan, and I'm sure they'll be pleased to see Tuilagi going on, but not too pleased to see his replacement, Hanari.
Yes, you're right there, an incorrect play of the ball and not touching it with the foot through the legs or whatever, and it makes you wonder. I mean, they could do that at every play of the ball, I think. They just roll it through the legs and put it back, but as Matt said, Tuilagi gone off, Brian Hanari come on after 50 minutes of Tuilagi, and let's hope Hanari can carry on in the same vein as Tuilagi. Big hitter, strong runner, and a chance for Sean Long to pop an extra 2 points over. 12-point cushion at present. And that's gone to the right of the sticks and not even gone dead. So we're going to have the possession and come out again.
I'm looking for Robinson there, just slipping at the last minute. I think one of the things Dean Bell has said to his side is don't let your heads go down. It's only 12 points behind. 2 tries away. Had Longer got that penalty over, it would have made it slightly more difficult with the extra 2-point cushion there, but certainly not out of Wigan's reach yet. We definitely need the next try in the game. This is Mestrov. The big hit on him. Farrell taking it down that short side, a little dink through. But once again, Wellens well positioned and hands it on to Sullivan, but he's collared by Betts. Good tracking back by Dennis Betts.
Yes, he did well, and he had to do. Cunningham with Sullivan with one of his rare touches, but Iro takes the ball up to just short of the halfway. Blindside again, Long, Hanari. The ball's lost. Robinson comes up with it, and now what can Jason Robinson do?
Newton picks the ball up from the acting half, keeps the ball alive, out to Farrell. He's got 2 men on the outside, but he'll go himself, spins in the first tackle. Strong run there by Farrell, but Nicol, with the swinging arm, managed to bring him down. Betts once more. We really need players like Betts and like Farrell to spark this Wigan side into some sort of action. Horton back on the inside. He's got one man to beat. He's got Radlinski inside. A try out of nothing for the Wiganers. Is this the start that Wigan need? A fantastic break from nowhere by this Wigan outfit. Tony Smith, a little kick step when he caught it. Ball back to this left-hand side. Then Horton made the break. And then Radlinski, as any good fullback should be doing, supporting on his shoulder. 4 points, and more importantly, the ball was put down between the posts, making the kick a lot easier for Andy Farrell. But a great try there by Wigan. Possibly the start of a good comeback.
Yeah, you never know, stranger things have happened, haven't they? But Saints just dropping off the tackle, Horton coming through, running at pace. Farrell converting it.
With 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after half-time, and they've weathered the storm, the early storm by Saints. Improved the defence slightly, and one momentary lapse of the Saints defence, and Wigan are through for a try. So hopefully that's the taste of things to come in this second half. Dennis Betts on that right-hand side. Seems to be spurned on by this heavy rain. Farrell brings Horton back on the inside. Fresh legs on Horton for this second half. This is the 5th tackle. On to Willie Peters. Little dab through, turning Sullivan and Wellens back. It's held up well. But confidence there by Sullivan of keeping the ball alive to Wellens, but the Wigan chased a lot better this time.
Yeah, they're weathering the storm. We're not, are we, up here? Well, we are. We're absolutely saturated. All for the love of our game. Sullivan up to the 20. Saints take it short side again. Henare. Got to keep control of the ball. Got to keep away from that touchline. Wigan's tails will be up now as Julian O'Neill back on. Taken by Betts. Cunningham works it well, does Cunningham, doesn't he? Sees the men that are offside and plays at them. The ball knocked forward. Wigan ball, I would imagine. Head and feed to Wigan, yeah. Knocking on at the scrum. Sorry, at the play the ball.
This could be the kind of mistake that Wigan need to get back into the game. If we can get a try from this, level the scores. Robinson, nowhere for him to run. Good defence. Saints done their own work on Jason Robinson. It's Paul Johnson. Huge tackle on Johnson. But he's got off and played the ball quickly onto O'Connor. Crowd scream for a forward pass, but referee says continue. Peters on to Smith. A hole's open for Smith. If he can get the ball away to Horton, he does. The ball was punched down by a Saints player, so it'll be play on. Good decision by the referee there, Stuart Cummings.
Yes, he did well there as the Wigan machine was rumbling forward. Saints player knocked it back in the tackle, and the Saints came up with it. Henare takes it forward. Wigan will be happy they've got Saints just on their own 20. And it's a long way up there as Sean Long goes through. Slips it inside to Chris Smith. Can he jink inside? He's taken down there. Very rare he's taken down at the first tackle. Get up and play the ball, referee Cummins says. It's now with Tommy Martin. Chips it upfield. Sullivan's chasing it. Will it just hold in the in-goal area? Oh, just knocked dead there by Wigan, I feel, Matt. And they've got to drop out from between the sticks as the rain and the hail has eased off a little bit. 18 minutes into the second half. 20 points to 14 the score. And contrary to all what I thought earlier on, nobody will be leaving this stadium at present. A big deep drop out taken by Wellens on the full, looking for the runners, and it's Julian O'Neill that comes up with it. Takes the ball forward, rumbles it on. It's certainly tightened up as Stankovic going crossfield. We're going to have a job to bring him down. Both defences have tightened up, just that one try. Sean Long again. Henare running out wide. Great tackling from the Warriors, but Saints within striking distance. O'Neill takes it just 5 metres short. Cunningham looking to dive over. Last one of the sequence. Can Wigan hold out? Oh, Saints putting the power play on, and the Wigan machine holds on to the defensive structure this time.
Don't think that was the right decision, to be honest, by the Saints, but I'm not bothered. I'm not sure what happened then. Touch judges on the field. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I know that Robinson had the ball. I think there might have been a swinging arm. Nicol with a swinging arm too. The referee's calling him over. Will we see a sin binning? Sean Long being called over, as has captain Chris Joynt. Oh, is it Chris Smith? But whatever, the referee's just give him a ticking off and said carry on. Robinson's a hard little man. I'm sure he'll get back up and hopefully punish him with a try. Silly play there if it was a high tackle by Chris Smith. Swinging arm, there's no need for that in the game. Robinson, I don't think he can carry on, so we're going to have to force another substitution. So hopefully we can win this one for Jason Robinson if he's not coming back on the field. This Mestrov charging up the park. Farrell with the dummy. Newton at dummy half. Onto O'Connor. O'Connor legs pumping, still going. Such strength there from O'Connor. Newton once again at dummy half. Peters bringing Johnson into the play. Ball's come loose. Referee says it's been reefed out. Now will Wigan go for the point or will they go for the try? Kicking the penalty will take him another 2 points closer. Farrell's got the ball in his hands. He says he's going for the sticks. Well, indiscipline there by the Saints. Dragging the ball out. Seems to be a reverse of the first half where Wigan were making the silly errors and gifting the Saints the points. This time, it's nice to see it's the other side doing it.
Well, they said it was dragging out, and Wigan obviously were privy to the big screen, and there was no way that ball was dragged out. He just actually squirted out of his hands. But the referee didn't see it that way, and obviously we've got to accept that decision. And a chance for Andy Farrell, and he's just about right for us to catch it, Matt, up on the roof, and he's missed it, and it's not even going to go dead. So Chris Smith, can he wind his way through? He's beat the defence, he's straightening up, is Chris Smith. He's up to the 20-metre line. So that was the right decision as far as I'm concerned, as Chris Joynt has up the wing. He's got support with him with Sullivan. Chris Joynt's going for the line. He kicks for the corner. Sullivan's going to chase it. Oh, just kicked dead by Wigan. Saints from defence into attack. Whether Sullivan should have had it earlier than that, I don't know, but Joynt, he was out of the blocks like nobody's business. Brushed the tackle off, up the wing there. Determination on the captain's face. Took it in field and then chipped it for the corner, and Brett Dallas had to get over there quickly. Two speed merchants, Dallas and Sullivan, vying for the ball. Dallas just won the chase, and it put pressure back on Wigan after at this end when Farrell missed the goal. Smith brought it out, and all that came from that Wigan penalty. Wellens inside to O'Neill. Certainly been outstanding at full-back as Wellens. He's took everything that the Pie Eaters have thrown at him. And Sonny Nicol drives it up again. Tremendous forward, Nicol, in his second spell here at Nosey Road. Martin, long, inside ball. Saints keep it rolling. Martin attacked in half. He's been dictating the play as well. Sean Long took it well. Joint on the opposite diagonal. Drop-off ball there as he comes in, angling towards the sticks. Sean Long cut down in his prime there as he drove for the line. Cunningham at dummy half. Pushed off the ball there by Wigan. So right, I mean, you can't understand it, Matt. Right at the opposite end, within striking distance, and Mestrov is going to be penalised in it for pushing off, and Saints are going to take the 2 points out there here. There it is, Mestrov just having an extra push at Sean Long. The referee's right there. Long's asking the question. Why do they do it? We always ask this question, don't we? 25 minutes gone. This certainly could be the crucial kick of the afternoon's entertainment, couldn't it, Matt? Just obviously lapse in concentration, lack of discipline, and we're going to pay the penalty, Matt.
Well, that's right. I can't understand why he pushed away. They'd weathered the full 4 tackles on the 5th tackle, and they've just gifted them 2 points. The defence has been holding steady, apart from that break from Joint, but instead they've let them run away with an extra 2 points that possibly he wouldn't have had they have just defended on that 6th tackle. So instead we're going to have to kick off and give Saints another set of 6.
Yes, and we can breathe a lot easier, obviously knowing that we've an 8-point cushion as opposed to a 6. It could have been also different if Andy Farrell had got this down here. We'd have been down to 4 and we wouldn't have been in that attacking position. But it's all ifs and buts, and as we know, Martin took it well, juggled at it. A big ooh from Matt. He thought he'd knocked it forward. No problem. Henare driving it up. Just got to respect the ball possession. Cunningham to Iro. Greasy ball, same for both sides. Iro over the top to O'Neill. Lovely rugby it is to, well, the referee, the touch judge yonder, as O'Neill driving forward and a little bit of jiggery-pokery. Terry Newton, is it the man that's gone in and committed an indiscretion? Well, it was a spear tackle type thing with Newton. I mean, we know it's a penalty, putting the hand between the opposition player's legs and actually lifting him up. It could be deemed as dangerous play. Tough Kiwi, Julian O'Neill. It's going to be put on report, Matt, by the look of it. Yes, it is. Terry Newton there with Andy Farrell and Chris Joint, and the incident put on report. And Martin with a big touch finder. The penalty there up to the Wigan 20. An ideal platform for the Saints to build on. And a try and a goal here will sink the Pie Eaters with 12 minutes remaining and 8 points separating the sides. Long, a drop off to Nicol. The sun's coming out again, and why not? Need to dry us off. And the thousands of spectators, but the ball just knocked forward as Chris Joint was coming through. Did it touch a Wigan hand? The referee there, he's saying it was knocked forward. He's given head and feet to the Saints. Now the ball coming through, and why didn't the referee allow advantage then and play on, and Joint touched down because he knew? But the referee wasn't happy with it. Joint touched down. So head and feet to the Saints, another set of 6 if they get the ball from this scrum, and they probably will do. With 11 minutes remaining, Long feeds it. Looks for a gap in the Wigan defence. Martin there. Iro! Yes! Iro in for the try! No problem with that. Right from the base of the scrum. And it's thank you and good night. (26-14), but right from the base of the scrum there. I was saying that maybe play should have been allowed to go on, and advantage played as Joint touched it down. We know Wigan can score from anywhere on the field, and obviously they can score tries in quick succession. Saints defence has got to make sure that that doesn't happen, as Sean Long tees it up now. Can he float it in? No is the answer. The gap remains at 12, 26 points to 14 to score. Iroh the beast there, Matt, just stepping out of the tackle, and the Wigan defence just caught there. One try each second half.
Well, that's right, and I think it's been common knowledge the only way to knock Kevin Iroh down is to go low. Wigan have done that right. I think they've gone low, but then just let go at the last minute. His legs are just too strong for the tackle, and in these wet conditions it's going to be twice as hard to put him down. There's still no excuse. The defence from Wigan as they go for the short kick-off, try and get possession back. It's gone through the legs of the Saints player and out into touch. It's going to be interesting to see who Stuart Cummins gives the ball to. It's Wigan ball, so this is a better time than any. If Wigan can get over this line, a great tackle there by Betts and by Dallas, putting him over the line. Wigan must score from this if they've any chance of getting back into the game. Smith on his own. Great sliding defence by Wigan and by Tuolangi. Johnson at dummy half on this blind side. Tuolangi again, big hit. Driving Horton back. Ball spread back out. This is Farrell. Back on the inside to Radlinski, but once again, Saints have stepped up the defence. Wigan have made no ground whatsoever. Still no ground. Terry O'Connor to the 10. This is the last tackle. It's important that Wigan make a good kick. There's the kick. Robinson against Smith. Two of the little fellas. But it's been diffused in goal by Chris Smith. A good take by Smith there.
Yes, he did well, but that was a great kick by Peters, wasn't it? Floating across, and Smith and Robinson there vying for the ball. Smith went down, looks like he's got a bit of cramp. He took it well. Saints are going to start with a tap restart from the 20, and Saints are going to be down to 12 players because Chris Smith in a lot of discomfort there. I think it is a bit of cramp. But Wigan have got to beware because Saints are tremendous with 12 men, as we know when Saints beat Wigan in the Cup with 12 men after Bobby Goldie was sent off a few years ago. So they've got to beware. Nickel into Wigan territory. 26 points to 14 to score. 7 minutes left on the clock. Cunningham leading him a merry dance, and Cunningham sidesteps. He's looking for support. Nickel was there with him, but the tackle was completed. Martin, long with the speculator. Well taken. Oh, slips it inside from Sullivan to Chris Joint, and Joint, the captain, will touch down, but the referee's seen something. Well, it looked a good bit of action there, Matt, didn't it? And obviously we can't pick it out from here. It doesn't mean to say we can pick it out, even if we was on the halfway line. But the passer judged forward there to Hoppy. Not that, definitely not that last one to Sullivan. There's the pass there. Oh, there's that forward. Yeah, it was a forward pass. The pass from Hoppy to Sullivan. But anyway, we're going to have the possession.
Big barnstorming run by Cowie, taken high I think. Once again, Sonny Nickel involved. Always seems to be at the heart of the action. There's Sonny Nickel. The referee will have a word with him. now to kick the ball to touch. Wigan must score on this drive. There's not much time left. 5 minutes plus any added time for the video referee for injuries, etc. Cowie up the middle. This is O'Connor. Another big hit on O'Connor. Newton looking for the runners. He's got it in Farrell. Martin had watched him all the way. Quick play the ball to Smith. Smith on a Horton. This time he's through the tackle at Tuilangi, but Tuilangi's back to his feet to take Smith down. This is the 5th tackle. He kicked through and Cunningham was wise to it. So once again, no invention by this Wigan side.
Well, the Saints just well positioned. Yes, obviously Wigan trying to go through the repertoire, but not coming off for them. 4 minutes remain. The Terminator Perellini puts it back to Cunningham, to Long, looking to break through. He does. He sees the gap. Long's clear. Gives it out to Hoppy. He's got men inside with Joint. Sullivan was on his outside. He gave it to Joint. Saints play it quickly. Can they finish with a flourish? Hoppy. Oh, Sean Hoppy! The ball's still free with Martin out there. Iro in for the hat-trick, and that's it. Good night. Three from the beast. Saints play it well. Cries of easy, but it's been far from easy. It's always nice to give the pie eaters a bit of stick, isn't it? 2 minutes remain. Long slots it between the uprights. 32 points to 14. Time running out now, Matt, and obviously still in with a chance with 12 points separating. That's killed it off now. Only a couple of minutes. It's been a battle, as I say, it's been far from easy, hasn't it? You know, it's been a good contest. But the Saints, obviously, even without players of Newlove and Sculthorpe's ability, they've got players to fill in, and the ball out on the full. But they've got players to fill in, and under coach Ian Millwood, they've just found that that's something extra, and the rugby here at St Helens has just been scintillating. Sean Long with the penalty award. 1 minute of normal time left. I don't know what we can see on the 3 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes on the official clock. Perellini straightens it up. Tommy Martin into space, sidesteps past, and Martin will go in. Oh, it's a rout. Super try by Martin. Oh, the Saints players jubilant at the back of the sticks, and that's rubbing the salt into the wounds, isn't it? Now it is easy. There it is, another 6 points. And the pie eaters will be waiting for the final whistle, won't they? (38-14) the score. Tommy Martin, a player that could have gone from Knowsley Road, but for the intervention of the Saints board in changing the coach, and Mike Bennett just coming on for his debut for the first team. He played in a pre-season friendly, but now on for his full first team debut. Martin, the try scorer. Obviously that try coming from Wigan kicking off and going into touch, them Saints with the penalty and then taking it up. Cunningham, now young Bennett on. Big lad, a very good prospect here at Knowsley Road, and everybody vying for competition for places. Steve Hall, speed merchant. Another substitute this afternoon. Tuilangi puts it to ground, it goes to Robinson. Rare touches for Wigan, as it's been all Saints in the last 5 minutes or so.
So anything Wigan get now will be just pure consolation. Cassidy nearly dropping it that time. I'm not sure, I think that Wigan maybe thought the hooter went about 10-15 minutes ago. Peters looking for the runners, he's got it in Cowie, then on to Newton, then back inside to Tony Smith. He's looking for some more support, but none forthcoming. Newton close to the line now, this is Peters. Peters looks the dummy, but that's the wrong decision. Total mismatch up against Tuilangi that time. Gilmore looks for the dab through, but once again, just giving the ball back to the Saints. The countdown now for the Saints, they'll see in the rest of the game.
Yeah, there goes the final hooter, no time to restart after Gilmore had chipped it through. But what a game! Both sets of players go round and obviously shake hands with each other. So is the camaraderie, and obviously they go out there, they knock 7 bells out of each other, but they're all pals at the end, or nearly all pals at the end. 20 points to 8 at half-time. It was essential that Wigan came out and scored first. They did, it took them 13 minutes. A good break by O'Connor, I think it was, and Fed Radlinski. That closed the score to 6 points at 20-14. Long got a penalty goal after an indiscretion by Mestrov up at the other end, and that could have been the killer blow. That it gave Saints an 8-point gap and made it 22 points to 14. But then Iro came back with 2 tries in the space of 7 minutes, which virtually killed the game off. The latter converted by Long, but right from the restart after the Iro try, the ball went into touch. Play came back to the halfway line. Long found touch over there on the main stand side, and then from the resulting play it was taken upfield. It ended up going to Tommy Martin, and Martin scooted through for a try and made it 38 points to 14. What a tremendous win against the Pie Eaters, against obviously the face of adversity. But the boys come round here, applaud over the popular side, down here at the restaurant end, and they go back inside, and they'll be out just now to warm down, as they call it. But Tuilangi receiving the plaudits to the crowd, and what a game he's had in defence and attack. Big hits and what have you. Iro with 3 tries, Tommy Martin with a couple. And what an Easter Saints are going to have, and they want to finish off well. They play Warrington on Monday evening in front of the Sky cameras again. I hope you'll join us for that. But here at Nosey Road, the final score, Saints 38, Wigan 14. You've been with Micron Video, with myself, Ron Hoof, Matt Fielding, championing the Wigan's cause, and he'll be hoping to get his own back at JJB Stadium later on in the season. What a game. Saints weren't fancied really to overturn Wigan, but now Wigan lost one, only Bradford with the 100% record. Join us soon. Thanks. You've been with Micron.